Welcome to our product launch. The new product in this season is a WeChat subscription about psychology. The three instructional designers are Lin, Shuang and Susie. Now, let's introduce the product according to ADDIE model. In analysis phase, first we need to analyze the existing problems in teaching psychology at present. The first problem is that most courses only cover things in textbooks and don't contain problems that are relevant to real lives. The second problem is that generally students feel bored in psychology lessons. The third problem is that the learning contents hardly change from years ago and frontier information and news about psychology are hardly mentioned. An instructional solution can help to solve these problems. The solution guides us in terms of how to design and redesign the learning contents, how to enhance students' motivation and engagement, and how to improve the extension of this course. What's more, the solution may help to utilize technology in an appropriate way.
Our target audience is university students, and according to our needs analysis, we find that university students are eager for practical use of the classroom knowledge. They are also eager for some recommendation of resources from professionals. Moreover, up-to-date information of the learning field is also attractive to them. And if they could learn at any time, anywhere, that would certainly be an added bonus. Therefore, official account on WeChat is introduced to supplement classroom teaching. And in order to use this new technology, a smartphone is a must, and users should know how to use official accounts on WeChat. So we suggest using this new technology after class with at least 2 group members. The whole learning process is divided into 6 steps. First, subscribe our official account, PsychoEdu Lab. Then, click Contents to review what has been learned in class, and the case column provides related cases for learners to analyze and discuss with group members. And if learners want to know how much they have learned from this session, they could click keyboard icon and type assessment. Then a related short quiz will pop up. After learning all sessions by following the 4 steps mentioned before, learners could access recommended books, latest news, online courses, by looking into the resource column. And if learners still have any more questions, they could just type the keywords to get a relevant answer. By the time a learner finishes this course, he or she should be able to illustrate psychological terms on relationship, analyze and address real-life problems related to relationship, and get used to learning latest information on relationship through online resources.
From analysis above, we know some characteristics of our target students and tasks. Then we can start to design the course of intimate relationship. So, let's start and try to design the course firstly. Basing on some series including social development, situated learning, adult learning, and multimedia learning, we designed 4 main elements in this course, including learning content, learning outcome, learning elements, and activity framework. Besides, attention, it is a student-centered learning. So let's start from the learning content. Basing on the book Intimate Relationship written by Roland Miller from UCLA, to basic modules including basic knowledge and basic methods are given to you to study firstly. Then, first section selected from surveys in the WeChat official account firstly added will be given to you too for your free choices. After that, some other relevant resources for extracurricular learning are put on the official account contents in WeChat. Then, the learning outcomes expected. Basing on the value of the adult learning, we set flexible goals for you to land. Firstly, you have to grab the basic knowledge, including the methods and knowledge we stated above, and then you can choose the inclined modules. Finally, we hope you can give your individual reflections, including the cases sharing in your real life and the presentation of your change of the attitudes, ability, and some other cases. So that is the learning environment in our design. Attention, this is the mobile learning. But besides, we also have the offline learning, just like gathering in the classrooms, give your cases, sharing your experiences, and have the interactive activities just like grouping. But WeChat is the main platform for us to learn. Firstly, we have the official accounts, and then we can use other interfaces in WeChat to do our online grouping or to get some others online resources. Finally, the most important thing about design is learning design elements here. We have 4 series and their relevant learning elements here. I will give you 10 seconds to read it firstly and then introduce each theory and its learning elements all along. Firstly, the social development theory and its learning elements. The most important learning elements of this theory is the virtual character sharing. Because some immediate relationship cases are private, and we want to prepare an environment that our students don't need to worry about their privacy. So we find in the WeChat there are some interfaces that enable anonymous grouping chat like that as we see. So in these anonymous windows, we can chat here and don't have our name on it. We also have some other activities just like the collaborative documents, brainstormed activities, using some apps just like the Google Doc or some Chinese versions apps. Also, we have the offline interactive activities. I think the most interesting activities is the one activity called From Stranger to Friends in a class of communication. We can start in the group of all strangers and with the guidance of us just like be patient, be polite, be always ready to listen to others. From strangers to our friends, we know how to communicate and how to feel the differences between the friends and strangers and to be a better communicators. Finally, we hope to form the knowledge community from steps above. Strangers online or the friends offline can generate and gather their ideas. And from the guidance of the teachers and some of the crews, they can get their intellectual convergence, finally got the possible application and mature ideas. Secondly, the multimedia learning and its relevant learning elements. Luckily, we have so much resource online and on WeChat. We have the pre-test words, just like the MITE relationship books, and we have the images, just like some mind map resource, and we also have some interesting audio resource. And with the guidance of the three principles here, we can form the learning materials. Thirdly, the situated learning. We have the situation questions and role plays, including the case studies and offline activities in these sections. And we will give student cases in WeChat and prepare the role play in class for enabling them to experience concrete situations. Finally, the adult learning. Because the book has so much content and different students have different preferences, based on two essential sections, we will give students more choices to select one or more modules they really have interest on to read, learn, and show the cases and reflections. So, we have the original ideas of learning design, and then let's see how to develop and implement it.
To develop the learning product, we need lots of materials. Technically, a WeChat account is a must to initiate. WeChat editors can help all the learning contents be presented in a better way. Also, we need interface for third party to involve external virtual resource or activities. Pedagogically, learning contents and activities in different forms should also be developed, classified and embedded into the platform. Before publishing an implementation, interface and functions need to be tested. Next is a video showing the interface and how the product works.
Our technique is a WeChat public subscription. If you have WeChat, you only need to scan the QR code and follow it. When students subscribe it for their first time, they will receive some guidelines, then they could be more familiar with the platform. There are 3 columns: contents, case, and resource. Teachers can push materials and summaries and contents to let students preview or review the course. Cases can be used on the class, which provide multimedia and problems in real contexts to improve students' engagement and critical thinking. In the resource column, students are given more autonomy to access to more information outside the classroom. They can click news to receive latest events and news in this field, and all original links will be given for further study. Resource of recommended book is also provided. Recommendation of MOOCs about psychology can also be found. The platform provides introduction and links to these courses for students. For all the contents, cases and resources, the subscription will update information and send important messages periodically. What's more, students can input some keywords to participate in class activities or find some related information.
For example, teachers can ask students to vote for their favorite topics about this subject. Also, some assessment or quizzes for students can also be used in the class or after class. They also can input the topics of cases or contents. So, are you clear about the technical tools interface and operation? During the implementation phase, preparation needs to be conducted. Teachers should be aware of the learning objectives and outcomes, curriculum, contents, manipulation of this product, and assessment methods. Students should be informed to follow the subscription in advance. We should also make sure all resources and tools are available and acting. Formative assessment could also be conducted during class.
Our evaluation includes both formative and summative parts. And our formative evaluation exists through all 5 phases of ADDIE model. We plan to evaluate our product by data analysis because our official account could record visiting traffic and message sending. We also plan to interview some pilot users for suggestions on clarity, impact, and feasibility. In summative evaluation, we plan to compare the academic performance of our users with that of learners not using our official account. And then a questionnaire, including an open-ended question, will be distributed to know about learners' attitudes towards our instruction. And finally, we plan to observe learners to see if there's any improvement on their interpersonal skills after learning this course.